Hello everyone, thank you for your time. My name is Philip Sempewa and today I want to introduce to you Uwazi Proofs, a project that we believe will functionally change social protection by putting privacy and dignity back at the heart of aid delivery. At its core, our project is about achieving two things that often seem contradictory, that is, transparent eligibility and private data. The name Uwazi is a Swahili word for transparency, and that single word captures our entire mission, that is to restore trust and dignity in aid programs across Africa through technology and serve people, not the other way around. So let's ask ourselves a fundamental question. What if accessing essential aid didn't mean giving away your entire life? Right now, for millions of vulnerable people, it does. They are forced to trade their most personal information for a chance at support. And we believe there is a much better way how to handle this. This brings us to what we call the data dilemma. On one side, you have citizens who are completely overwhelmed. They are asked for endless paperwork, identity documents, income verification, medical records, asset declarations. It's an exhausting and invasive process. On the other side, the system themselves are broken. In Uganda alone, research identified 56 million data sources and 40 different systems trying to track vulnerability. But they are so fragmented and disconnected that rejection rates remain incredibly high, and the data is often useless for making fair decisions. This broken system doesn't just fail to deliver aid effectively, but it creates dangerous risks. We see constant privacy violations where sensitive information is collected without proper protection. We see data misuse where the information is sold, shared, or even used for political targeting. And worst of all, we see identity theft exposing the most vulnerable people to fraud and exploitation. Imagine what this feels like. You surrender your most private information details about your family, your income, your health, and after all that, you face lengthy delays, more often not rejection. You are required to give everything, and in return you get nothing but silence. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a profound loss of dignity. So why does this matter? This matters because the stakes are incredibly high. The current approach exposes people to immense privacy risks, and this leads to unfair targeting because biased, incomplete data results in biased decisions. And ultimately, it means the most vulnerable people are put at further risk, often excluded from the very support systems designed to protect them. So now, this isn't just a small problem because globally 2.5 billion people are covered by social safety nets, and the systems we use to manage this aid are fragmented, unfair, and unsafe. They are undermining the very programs meant to provide hope and stability. Let me give you a real-world example. A young person in Kampala applies for a loan to start a small business. She provides her national ID, photos, and even the phone numbers of her relatives. Weeks later, she's rejected. But what means to her data? It now sits in multiple databases and vulnerable to being sold or used by fraudulent actors. This exact cycle of frustration and risk repeats every single day across education, jobs, and aid programs. So, what is the solution? We call it Uwazi. It's a revolutionary privacy-first approach that uses something called zero-knowledge proofs. It sounds complex, but the process is incredibly simple for the user. In 4 steps, a citizen enters their information locally on their phone. It never goes to a central server. Our lightweight machine learning model runs directly on the device to check if they meet the criteria. The phone then generates a secure cryptographic proof, and you may think of this as a digital seal of approval. Finally, an aid agency simply scans a QR code to instantly verify eligibility without ever seeing or storing the person's private data. Now, this simple process is a radical shift. It puts control back where it belongs, in the hands of the individual. This is no central database of sensitive information to be leaked or exploited. It's designed to work offline, which is critical in low connectivity areas, and our core principles are simple, that is privacy and trust and dignity. So how does this work? Let's look at the experience. For the citizen, it's a simple, intuitive app. You enter your data once, generate a proof, and then get a QR code you can share safely. For the agency, it's just an easy. They scan the code and get an instant verified eligible or not eligible result, and there is no paperwork or delays. Let's make this a real story. This is Sarah, a student in Kampala who needs a school bursary urgently. She uses the app to privately enter her information on her phone. The app creates a mathematical proof that she's eligible without revealing her income or family details. The school scans the QR code and sends only the word eligible. That's it. Her privacy is intact, her dignity is preserved, and her education is secured. The impact of this approach is immediate and profound. We dramatically enhance privacy because personal data never leaves the device. We promote fairness by using transparent, standardized processes that reduce human bias. We drive greater inclusion with a mobile-first design that works on affordable phones, and most importantly, we build trust in our AD systems through cryptographic guarantees. This is truly transformative. We are protecting privacy, restoring dignity, and improving bias and improving fairness. The technical feasibility. Now, you might be asking, is this actually feasible today? The answer is a resounding yes. Mobile phone adoption across Africa is widespread, and modern machine learning models are lightweight enough to run on affordable devices. And zero-knowledge proof technology has advanced to the point where it is practical for real-world use. And we have a clear, responsible plan to get there. Our roadmap is phased. We start by defining the design with a partner NGO or ministry. Then we develop the core system and build the user-friendly apps. We will launch a small-scale pilot to test and gather feedback. Only after we have proven its effectiveness and community trust, we will move to scale and institutionalize the solution. Of course, we thought deeply about the risks. For technical challenges like device compatibility or poor connectivity, we are building an offline-first architecture. For operational risks like integration and training, we are taking a phased implementation approach with comprehensive support. We are proactively safeguarding against every potential issue, and to ensure performance on low-spec phones, we use lightweight models. To address privacy concerns, we are building a system with no central database and communicating clearly in local languages. To prevent bias, we are committed to pre-deployment fairness testing and public reporting. And to stop fraud, we are using time-stamped proofs and random audits. Every aspect of Uwazi Proofs is built on a foundation of deep ethical considerations. We believe in data sovereignty. Citizens must control their own information. We are committed to fairness and bias mitigation through algorithmic transparency, and we will ensure informed consent with clear explanations. Our goals are ambitious but achievable. We are targeting a 90% reduction in the personal data collected by aid programs, and we aim to cut verification time from days to hours to just minutes. We reached 10,000 users in our initial pilot phase, and we project scaling to 1 million users across African countries within the 3 years. So meet our team. The vision is being driven by a dedicated, passionate, and highly skilled team with deep expertise in technology, community partnerships, user experience, and machine learning research, with our roots here in Uganda and also in Kenya. Our path forward is clear and focused. We will define and co-create with a key partner. We will build the system to be a lightweight and offline. We will pilot and test with real users in Uganda to prove the concept, and then we will scale responsibly. So we are here today because we cannot do this alone. We are looking for partners, government agencies, NGOs, and international donors who are ready to pilot this transformative approach with us. We invite you to support this innovation, and we ask you to champion the change. Let's work together to build a future of aid delivery that's centered on dignity. Uwazi Proofs is more than just a technology. It's a promise of aid delivery with dignity, privacy, and trust. It's a system designed to protect people while making our social safety nets more effective and, above all, more human. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Alright, let's get into the demo. So here is our demonstration, and we have a web app that we are demonstrating with. We are to demonstrate the concept of the verifications. Now here we have a list of programs. Someone can select, let's say, a program of a merit scholarship, selects it, and we have required documents that have to be uploaded, including the academic transcript and the national ID. So we upload them, and then we do the model is able to classify the documents and then analyze the documents. So we process the documents depending on the evaluation criteria for that particular program. So we are supposed to be able to get results from according to the documents that have been submitted. And here now we'll compare the documents with the evaluation criteria for this program. And here we are, we have an eligible applicant with a proof or a QR code that and a hash that is sent to the verifiers, and they are able to track. So because this person has the right GPA, the right date of birth, and his details are matching the evaluation criteria. So we could try this again with another applicant that we believe does not qualify for this particular program, maybe because of a GPA or because of their academic rather their date of birth. So we upload those documents, and we do still make the classifications, and the model is able to analyze the documents. And here we have an applicant who is not eligible for this particular program. But all this happens on the mobile or on a mobile phone of a user, and therefore their details are not given out to the different organizations. So we have a number of programs here, and so a number of programs can be a number of documents can be uploaded depending on the program. And then for the verifiers, instead of receiving the documents on their end, these can be like organizations. They just receive let's say such hash proofed data, maybe a QR code and a hash, that this hash contains the evaluation metric that has been that the model has processed. So we either have a person who is eligible and a person who is illegible, but all this now demonstrates how machine learning is able to help us to make the calculations and just generate a proof that someone is eligible for a particular program rather than them releasing their data. So this is what the organizations that maybe put out the calls for applications are able to track, and this is fast for them because they don't have to go and manually review all those different documents to see the people who are eligible. And at the same time, for the applicants, it's giving them safety.